like the footage is just gonna be like, is the camera on?
Yeah, it's gonna be like, are we in the shot? No idea.
If we're in the shot. It might just be in the back seat. It's a little lo-fi.
Should write like the chest mount and just been like a real fucking tourist.
Yeah.
Great. People just think we're like super legit.
No, see, okay, so when people think we're legit vloggers, and they'll ask, are you vloggers? And you'd be like, yes, my name is Allison Steiner, this is my professional vlog.
Channel,
and then, yeah. Ow.
Oh, Jesus. Is this still going? Do we record it?
Alright, so camera's rolling. I don't know if it's facing either of us. It might just be looking off into the back seat.
Yeah. Okay, so the last thing we talked about, we were getting off at
Alien Fresh Jerky. Sorry, you have to look at that sign that says Alien Fresh Jerky.
You can text alien to that number, and I don't know what they do.
They'll probably make us jerky.
Probably makes it a jerky. Once again, the Amanda Show sketch where the aliens fed humans to other humans.
I do not remember.
And we just called it meat. And people were like, oh, this is good. What kind of meat is it? And they're like, meat.
I'm gonna try to like fall behind so at least we can look at you and it's not just like bouncy camera.
Oh, there's a backup camera! There's a backup camera! I've never parked a car with a backup camera before, but I'm imagining it's gonna be easy.
It'll be easier.
Oh, we're now in Joshua Tree!
Now in Joshua Tree!
Why are you walking like that? This is really pretty.
It's fucking majestic out here. Did you want to do exhibits?
Point the book. Those statues came to life in Percy Jackson.
They can come to life in real life if you're not a little bit.
I don't think that's how that
I
works.
think that is exactly how it works. I don't care about you, it's Friday, I'm in love.
Road work ahead!
I sure hope it does.
But then we're like driving along, and then Katie's like, there's a Steak and Shake, and I'm like, oh, Steak and Shake!
This is a fucking Steak and Shake, that's... Do you want to go to Steak and Shake?
I want to go Steak
Let's
and
go
Shake!
to fucking
Fuck.
Steak and Shake.
Fuck. I think we actually have the GoPro on at that point, so I don't know if you can hear me say, oh my god, Steak and Shake, but...
God, I am
fucking
so
Steak and
full of
Shake! Steak and Shake!
Steak and Shake! Steak and Shake! We're gonna steak someone?
Don't hit me.
We're gonna shake.
Fucking stop sign. And then we came here, Joshua Tree National Park, which is first like official destination.
Yeah.
And we poured one out for My Chemical Romance. Technically their breakup day is tomorrow, but because of the way we had to schedule the trip, we're just we're commemorating today. We're not really celebrating. That's a cool mountain. I wonder if we can pull over somewhere.
So how do you think the adventure's going so far?
We're good.
Should we catch up on like...
Yeah, what did we do so far? We tried to go to Starbucks and ended up on a military base.
Yes. We did get stopped before we went to the River Dam. Okay, do you have guns? And we're like, no. And they're like, go ahead.
Go straight through. And they were like, okay, go through like line 1. I assumed that was the first line of cars. They're like, no, on the left. There was no one there. I just drove right through. I didn't even have a stop sign.
It looks a little smaller in the game.
Yeah, Katie's like, well, it looks bigger in the video game. Well, this is a crosswalk.
We went to Good Springs because I'm a nerd.
Yeah. And they were like, you guys look like you like Fallout.
We literally walked in there and they're like, are you fans of Fallout? And I'm like, yeah. Like, go next door, you fucking nerd.
Our waiter
was like a legitimate cowboy.
Yeah.
They were good dogs.
They were good dogs.
Yeah. Good dogs, bronze.
Probably everyone's looking at me thinking I like country music. That's not the case.
We don't know what the fire danger is today because there's no arrow on it. So.
Alright. Well, just don't start any fires.
Yeah.
Just fuck us, I guess. I like felt deceived by the Utah being all salt flats and Mormons. Okay. This is fine. Oh, it's super cool. Whoa, raining on my head.
Only like a goofy shot. I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought the hoodie because I'm like, I'm freezing on this trip. I needed something to wear.
So I bought a hoodie because I have a problem. But this one had a little foam pocket inside the kangaroo pouch.
We got the same hoodie.
We got the same hoodie. And then we tried to go to the Grand Canyon North Rim. But a fun fact about that is that it's only open for part of the year. And I just called my dad. I was like, I don't know what to do. I need to call my dad. And he like went on, you know, his computer and was like looking around like where we could go. He was like, okay, there's a ghost town up in Utah. Every time I fucking get a rental car, I feel like I always end up on some situation like this. I feel like I'm gonna return it, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck did you do? We gave you this car in like Palm Springs. Like, where did you go?" We're Palm Springs to Las Vegas. Where did you go in between? And I'm like, a fucking ghost town in Utah. Where do you think I'm going?
Better now. Before it was like rocky road.
And I mean, I guess the good news is we know people drive on this road, so it's not like we're not somewhere, you know, we're somewhere we shouldn't be.
Oh my god, alright.
We're gonna return this car and they're gonna be like, you need to pay to wash it.
Is this a one-way street? Someone's coming from the other direction.
Well, hopefully no one will be. We were driving back because we had to go up this like really steep hill, and it was like, this was like a one-car path. So there were like a couple times where like either myself or like another car had to like kind of like move off to the side and like let the other one go. You know, like the rock bottom episode of SpongeBob? So I was like going up and I was like, I hope to God that another car does not start coming down the hill. And as we like near the top, we could see another car. And we were like don't fucking do it! And as we passed them, we could see like all the people in the car, like some of them like sticking their heads out the window and they're like laughing and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm glad this is, you know, funny for you. And then as we like drove by, I'm like, they're probably laughing because they could probably see into our windshield as we were pointing at them. And like, don't fucking come down this hill right now. I swear to God, it'll kill us both. So yeah, but we had to drive through Lake Mead, even though we didn't go through. And then
physically through Lake Mead.
We had to hydroplane is what they call it. Yeah, so we got to Las Vegas. We went to a rage room where you just break things. They give us those clay pigeon things like a Sharpie, and they're like, dedicate this smash to something. And I was like, the north rim of the Grand Canyon.
Wow.
There's this really long line to check in, and we were standing there. And Katie was like looking up stuff to do in Vegas on her phone. And she's like, you want to go see bodies? And I was like, what is that? And she's like, it's like real human bodies that have been dissected. And I just like turned and looked at her, and she's like, okay, listen, I've been obsessed with this for 2 years.
More than 2 years. I don't wanna fall in love with you. Turn that down.
Yeah.
Tell me where we go from here.
I was gonna say when I worked, I still do. But they used to play that Justin Timberlake Trolls movie song. And it would get stuck in my head, but I like wouldn't know the words, so my brain would just like substitute new words. Yeah. So my shit brain would just be like, I got sunshine in my pocket, I got butane on my skin. It's just like go that way because I didn't know what came after that line.
Like picture like one of those shitty mashups.
There is nothing like feeling young and free. Gonna leave it all behind, all behind. nothing like feeling young and free. Gonna leave it all behind.
All right, I think we